Welcome to My Parents Lied to Me, the podcast about navigating aging, loss, and all the midlife changes no one warned us about. I'm Nicole Porter, here with real stories and expert advice to help you face what's now and what's next. Welcome to my podcast, My Parents Lied to Me. It's discussing all the things our parents didn't tell us, all the things we're coming across as we age. And I have a friend on here today, Leah with Consider It Done Seniors is here today. And we are talking about the senior population, fraud, bookkeeping, like all the things admin. And I just wanted to bring her on here to talk about what she's up to. She's doing something that nobody else is doing or that I've heard of. Just like me, nobody's doing what I'm doing out there either. So like we both have very unique values that we offer our clients. And so I just wanted to bring her on today to tell about her business and like the cool stuff that she's really up to. So thanks, Malea.
Well, thanks, Nicole, for having me on. I'm excited to be here. A little bit about Consider It Done Seniors. We are daily money managers and administrative assistants for seniors. So we offer services like tax preparation, accounting, clerical services. If you need to get organized, we set up legacy filing systems for you. We help go in, pay your bills, open your mail. We truly try to keep our seniors independent. We work with seniors that are, competent in making their own decisions, or they may have a power of attorney that's out of state that just needs us to come in and kind of check on their loved one for them. So those are the services that we offer. And really, I got started in this because I love seniors. I loved my grandparents. My grandmother slipped and fell and broke her elbow and walked into Banner Hospital. And 4 months later, she was wheeled to a rehab center because there was a ton of things that went wrong in the hospital and they almost killed her. Oh, wow. So during that time, I had to move in with my grandpa and help take care of him. So I became very sensitive to the needs of seniors. And that's when I discovered that, oh my gosh, nobody's really helping them with their paperwork. There are fiduciaries that can come in and take over if you need that type of support. If something, your loved one is incapacitated or has dementia or Alzheimer's, and they can go in and kind of take over for them, but there's nobody supporting our seniors that can take care of themselves. And that's what I saw was happening to my grandparents. And so really this just was all very organic. I was preparing taxes and working with a financial planner and taking care of my grandparents while I was going to school. So I saw it was hard for my clients to come in. They would park the car. I would see them get out their chairs, get out their walkers, try to go up the elevator, come in, pull open our extremely heavy door. And then the CPA would be like, oh, you forgot a document. Just run back home and come drop that back off to us.
Right.
Not understanding how hard it was for them just to get there that morning. So that's when I started preparing taxes in home. And I did that for a couple of years, just going into seniors. It was all word of mouth that, needed my help. Clients that have kind of aged out of coming in. And over the first couple of years, that's when I saw or noticed, oh my gosh, that my clients stopped opening their mail at some point last year after I started doing their taxes. Because I had a client that was extremely organized and I walked in and it's like, they haven't opened their mail and it looked like 20 years, but I knew that couldn't be true because I was just there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And so I offered to help them organize their documents and go through it after tax season. And so I did, and I'm opening up credit card statements. And that's what I'm noticing. Body by Jake. My clients are 92 years old. So I asked them if they are getting Body by Jake. They said no. I asked their nurses, I don't want to stop a supplement of some kind. I don't know. No, They're not getting it. Some kid in California got a hold of their American Express card and had been getting Body by Jake for a year and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And because it was all on auto pay, they never noticed it. They stopped opening their mail. Even when they were opening it, he didn't feel well. So it was kind of hard to concentrate on what was there and really comprehend what was going on. And so that's how we were born. And that's, those are the services that we offer. And we've expanded now. We have cybersecurity packages. We have trusted contact packages because a lot of banks and financial institutions are asking for a trusted contact to be placed on somebody's account, which is not a power of attorney. It's just if they suspect fraud or financial exploitation, they can reach out to you, the third party, that can then try to go and speak to the client or see what's going on. Because banks and financial institutions don't have the authority to go to their house and investigate. That's where this trusted contact goes in and kind of, hey, I heard you want to send money, or they said that you withdrew, $15,000 out of your account. You don't normally do that. That's what a trusted contact is. And so, we've expanded and grown. And that's what we do with Consider It Done Seniors. But my heart is really in the Golden Rule Alliance, our nonprofit. I had a small nonprofit, Malea's Mission, and it basically supplemented my income to help seniors that couldn't afford services. So we had this small nonprofit where I just, it was to raise money to fill out forms, because that's what I was seeing. People sometimes just needed to help just to fill out the form that was too small for them to write. They couldn't, understand. And so it was just really small. And then COVID happened. And what I saw during COVID was a huge, huge increase in fraud and scams and just financial exploitation of all Americans, but especially our seniors. And that is due to a few things. Number one, worldwide desperation occurred during the pandemic, right? We lived in America. It was hard for us, but it was extremely hard for other countries and people in other countries. So that created desperation. Technology has increased. Before, you had to know how to hack and be a hacker in order to fraud and scam somebody. Today, you can go on the dark web, buy a hacking kit, a spam ransom kit for $500 American dollars, get a list of email addresses, and then just start sending them out. So that happened. And then we made all of our vulnerable populations, seniors and minors, go online without protecting them at all online. Okay. There's zero protections on the internet, and we're forcing people on the internet. If they wanted to see their doctor, it had to be telehealth. So I had to help people set up iPads and buy, phones and do things during that time. And so it just increased. And it's not just foreign terrorists is what I'm calling them. It's domestic terrorists. They're stalking our seniors. And so the Golden Rule Alliance was really born because I had a client whose bank manager called me and said, hey, he doesn't want his massage therapist on the deed to his house. Can you help him? And I filled out reports with the Attorney General, Adult Protective Services, the Arizona Board of Massage Therapy, Arizona Secretary of State against the notary, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. I got a licensed fiduciary involved. No one could do anything.
That's crazy.
They said... That's what I said. I was like, well, I'm going to call the police. This is easy. He said that he was kind of frauded into giving it to her, and now he wants it back. And the problem is everyone said that he was not a vulnerable adult, even though he was in his 80s. He had just lost his wife of over 50 years. That's when he decided to go get a massage because his back was hurting him, and met this young lady who just befriended him and took everything from him. And so I did everything that I could to help him. And they all said, sorry, in the eyes of the law, he's not vulnerable. If he wants his stuff back, he needs to take her, he needs to take her to court.
Wow, that is insane.
I know.
But
it's like telling
how frequently does that happen?
Oh my gosh, all the time. All the time. I get calls. I have a call right now from a 93-year-old woman who got her house stolen from a lady that she met at church.
What?
And she called me. She goes, I've gone to 4 attorneys. And because I'm not stupid, and those are her words, not mine.
Right.
They said there's nothing that I can do about it. I signed this contract. There's nothing I can do. And I'm like, how do we live in America? This lady's 93 years old. She had a house that's been paid off for years that was hers. She got no compensation. You can look at her bank. There's no compensation for this house. And now somebody else owns it. That makes, and they're not related. It's not a family member. And she wants it back. So
Did the lady just like move in the house or
No, she didn't
like
move
what?
in. She didn't move into the
She
house.
just, okay.
So this lady only has Social Security. It's a rental property that she had, and she has a tenant in
Okay.
there that pays her rent.
Okay.
And she needs it because her Social Security is so small. But the lady stole the house out from under her, wrote the tenant, and told the tenant, I'm the new owner. You have to start paying me rent,
That's
or I will
insane.
evict you. And legally, she's the owner. She can
Right.
do that. And so this lady's 93 years old, like it's $700 a month, I think, in Social Security. And now she doesn't get any other income. And she can't sell the house. She got the house stolen. So,
So I'm in the,
so I mean,
my background's real estate. So like hearing
yes.
stories like this is just crazy to me because I've never really experienced this. But now that I'm kind of moving over into this other space of helping, aging adults stay in their homes longer because of the real estate market, I'm hearing stories like this and it's just crazy to me. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to start my business because I want to protect them, as they're
Mm-hmm.
aging before these declines happen. Like my ideal client would probably be, 55 to 75. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have a specific age group that you work with, but I mean, I feel like after 75, 80, things do start to change as people hit that like kind of tipping point at the 80-year-old mark. But just trying to keep everybody educated and informed. And, if I would have told a 75-year-old person or 55-year-old person this story, they might be more alert and more aware of these potential things happening to them. Right.
Absolutely.
So that's,
Absolutely.
why I wanted to come on here and get you on here and kind of share because, I heard the real estate side of it and the home side of it. And, I need probably a bookkeeper and accountant myself. I need somebody to take care of my admin stuff because that's just not my
Well,
forte.
there's so
I can't
much
imagine being
nowadays.
older. I can't imagine being a 90-year-old and having to deal with it. So I would definitely look for services like yours.
Oh,
But
well, it's really, I have a job because people don't do their jobs.
right,
That's how I feel. I have to call and follow up. We have to go through mail. We have to, you know what I mean? And one of the things that we all
right,
need to do is we need to educate other professionals because the majority of us out there are good people, but because the law is in favor of the criminal, at least here in Arizona, you really
crazy.
have to be really look out for seniors. Listen to what they have to say. I've had
Right.
handymen stop scams. They're in the other room doing something. He's like, yeah, I came out and he was just talking. I didn't mean to listen, but it just didn't sound quite right. They wanted to call the bank and do, and I went to him and I just said, sir, that doesn't sound right. I think you need to go to your bank and talk to your bank manager. And he
Good
stopped him
human
from being
beings. I
scammed.
love it.
And so
I
that's what I'm
love.
saying. If the more aware we are that, okay, so let me just go back a little bit
Yeah.
to what I'm seeing. So what it is a vulnerable adult in Arizona is somebody with a mental defect or physically unable to protect themselves, right? The mental
Okay.
defect part is the hard part because the sheriff, people, unless they're basically incompetent or you have a professional say, well, there's this going on with their brain that makes them vulnerable.
Right.
The law's not in your favor. You got to go to civil court. You have to pay
What's
money to
considered a
go after
mental
them.
what's considered a mental defect though? Because I mean, I feel like there's just
Thank
people
you.
that don't have common sense that I would consider a mental defect. I mean,
Correct.
seriously. So
Correct.
like who's
Um,
the person saying what's a mental defect?
that's what I want to know. Because when I call police, I can't, nobody's really telling me. And what I'm gathering is it's basically you're incompetent. You have to have like a dementia diagnose. You have to, there's some kind of big diagnosis you have to have in
Right.
order to have a mental defect, or you have to go to an attorney. They're going to hire somebody to come in, a doctor, something that says this is what was going on that made them vulnerable and had a mental defect. But you have to have money. The people that are calling my nonprofit got all of their money taken. They have no
Oh,
more money to prosecute these people. And
right.
so, David Golden ended up taking his own life because he could not get his stuff back from his massage therapist. And she ended up getting his entire estate, by the way.
And
So
that's here in Arizona. Like, do people
that's
know
here
about
in
this
Arizona. And it
Do
was like a ring
people,
of them.
okay. And
There was
there's
a
still
ring.
a
She was
active,
working with some people to get, it was orchestrated the way that they got his stuff. They conned him into it.
okay.
But it's everything that I'm seeing. The day after I found out he killed himself, a woman called me. Her daughter-in-law stole all of her stuff from her. She goes, I have a bed, a bowl, a knife, a spoon, and a fork. That's all I have. Plus she stole a bunch of her money. And she goes, I fantasize because, okay, I'm sorry. Her attorney gave her a refund and said, we're sorry, we cannot help you. So she called me again after I said, well, I gave you an attorney. What happened? It's been a year. I assumed that they sued the
Right.
daughter-in-law. She won. And, and no, the daughter-in-law, because she stole her money, could pay and afford to just keep her in court. She couldn't afford to fight back. And that's what she said. And the attorneys go, at best, we might just get a judgment, but it's just a judgment. And if the lady spent all the money or it's transferred out of her name by now,
Right.
this woman will never get in a dime, which is so wrong. The woman should go to jail, not financially have to pay her back. But she goes, I fantasize about going to her house, ringing the doorbell, and when she answers the door, blowing her head off and then blowing mine off too. And this was the day after David Golden I just found he did the exact same thing. He blew his head off. And so we just need to do better. And I am trying to change laws and bring awareness that, look, these people are not protected. When I tell someone stole a 90-year-old's house, everyone's like, well, they're just going to make him give it back. She's not,
right.
She's 90, right? That's wrong. That's not the case. And that's not what's happening. And these people are becoming destitute, and it is a problem. Financial exploitation is running rampant. A woman called me. She's a bookkeeper in her 50s. She said, my dad, he goes walking every day at the mall. And this woman came up to him about my age, he said, in her 50s, and said, oh my gosh, you never got me that cup of coffee. And she proceeded to call his phone from hers and save the numbers so he would call her. Because he walks every day, and she knew him because she was listening and watching him.
Okay.
And he had enough gumption to call his daughter and say, something just wasn't right. This lady, I don't remember her, but most people wouldn't do that. There's a lot of seniors, I don't want to say the majority, but there's a lot of seniors that are lonely. Right. Their families are far away. People don't check in. And so they want that company. They invite that company. And these people are looking to fraud them. And she was concerned. She's like, well, I blocked her number. I froze his credit. I did all this stuff. Is she going to call him? No, because there's other victims at the mall. So if she coerced him, she would be breaking the law. If she's just nice and goes to lunch with him and he just decides to hand over his estate because, she's just helping him, nothing we can do. At best, you can chase her away, but you're not getting any money back. And these criminals know that. There is a TikTok video, and I wish I had TikTok at the time. This was, 2 or 3 years ago. And there is a young girl. She's like 18 to 22. Hey, everybody, you want to get rich quick? Go to the senior center. All you have to do is be their friend.
Oh my gosh.
They know that if they don't do anything wrong, they're just friendly and flirty, and you hand everything over to them, they don't have to give it back. They didn't do anything wrong. That's what needs to change. And so that's what I'm fighting for. So I encourage everybody to go to livegoldenrule.org. There's a ton of resources for seniors on the website, from housing to food, places to take your pet. There's a ton of resources. And also I ask that you sign our petition. It's on change.org. So let me just say, please do not donate to that platform. Okay. They will ask you to. That goes to change.org. But we ask that you sign. It helps give us some legitimacy and a little bit of backing. We have over 1,000 signatures so far. And it's really just me going out and telling people and educating people and trying to raise awareness that this is what I'm seeing on my end. And I've had attorneys, oh no, it shouldn't, it's fine. And I'm like, then why are 4 attorneys telling this woman there's nothing they can do to help her?
Right.
She's 93 years old. She had a home that was paid off. She was getting her only other income out of that home. Do you think that she really thought she was giving it away for free? No. I don't care what she signed.
Right. And I mean, and this is just your experience. In Phoenix, Metro Phoenix, is it Sun City specifically? Like, or is this all over the valley? Or, I mean,
I've gotten calls
your
from all over the country.
All over the country, you've gotten it. Okay.
I've gotten calls. And so laws are very similar from everybody. Right now, the 2 women that have had their house stolen from other women at church, there's 2 of them. Nothing's being done. One woman had dementia. That's where I'm not understanding what the AG's office is doing here. That woman clearly had a problem. Her husband was her full-time caregiver. She and her husband went to church every week. They met this woman at church. He hired her to help him with his wife. Well, when he passed away, she took over, stole the house, and then when outside family finally came, she sold the house before they could. She sold the house out from under them before they could even come back and do anything. Wow. So, and the AG's office has had this for over 2 years. Nothing. Her family's got nothing. They're not even they're going, but I don't. So that's what I'm not understanding. Is the law where they can't do it? Are they just so overwhelmed? Do they not understand that financial abuse does the same thing to your body as physical abuse does? I would rather, and I'm sure a senior would rather get punched in the face and have to recover from that and know I'm going to recover than be left financially destitute with absolutely no way to pay for anything or take care of myself and no way to work again.
Right. No, I mean, that's
stress.
Worse. That's almost worse than death. And that's why people choose another way out, unfortunately. And, I think what you're doing is great because we have to bring more awareness to this. And I think it's happening more than everyone talks about. And my friend, I asked you about, did you see I Care a Lot and on Netflix? And I had not seen that movie, and now I've seen it, and I'm just like, it's sickening, and it just makes me sick to think of all the things that are happening right under our noses, and nobody knows about Nevada, it until it happens to your family.
Yes, and Nevada has not changed laws. I got a call from a woman who lived here. She went to see her grandpa in Nevada in hospice. Shows up, grandpa passed away. He called me the night before. I left the next day. Was deceased. She goes to his house. The caregiver and her husband are living in his house. She goes back to the hospice facility, and the hospice nurse said they had a stack of POA paperwork for people they were thumbing through until they got his. So Nevada still has not changed their laws. There's still people out there preying on people. This is happening all the time because a lot of people do not have family, and they're being taken advantage of, just like homeless people. You know what I mean? That nobody will know that they're missing, or nobody will, And so there was a scam where people are taking out life insurance policies on homeless people and then killing them for the money. I mean, people are vicious, and I guarantee
I don't watch the news.
Some of our seniors. They're doing that to some of our seniors, guaranteed, because they're befriending these people. They're coming into their lives, into their homes. They're helping them with their medication and their doctor's appointments. And I don't know, people, we need to wake up. This is because they're easy targets because of the way our laws are. And so if you see a neighbor that's bringing some random person home, a stranger trying to help them, say something, step in, do something. And we really need to strengthen adult protective services here in Arizona so they have some teeth.
Okay. Yeah, I think we all need to do better as a community. And, what would be the best contact or person for you? I mean, you said you have 1,000 signatures, but we have millions of people here. So how do we, what's a signature going to do? Does that just get you in front of somebody? What is the whole
legislators,
process like, and how much power do you need?
okay. So we have legislators that I need to get in front of. I mean, I've been talking to AARP. I've spoken to people at the sheriff's department. I'm getting in front of different law enforcement agencies. The governor's office, I was told, was asking questions about this. So I really, I just need to show that people do want change and do care. That's what a signature does, saying, I care about this. Mm-hmm. We need to do something. Are you getting my video? Because it's trying to reconnect. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. It's spotty a little bit, but it's been coming back, and I wasn't sure if it was just the uploading thing.
No, it's because I don't.
Well, because it says that if there's
going through.
If I can,
I'm sorry.
Oh, because you're on your hotspot. No, you're fine. And so it's really easy to edit. So.
Okay. Well,
it came through enough that we can still use it.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because I kept seeing it. That's why I kept getting distracted. I'm like, oh no, is this going on? What's happening?
That's okay.
But a signature just helps say that you want change and you support some type of change. I may not be what I want done may not be exactly what they do, but we need to do something, guys, because it's
right.
It's killing people.
Right. Well, I'm definitely going to put all your information in the show notes for people so they can, do the signatures, maybe your donation. Do you do the nonprofit takes donations for help?
Yes. If you go to
Live Golden on there.
Yes, livegoldenroll.org, and you guys can make a donation. You can sign the petition, get a lot of resources. If you or your loved one needs some help with some of the administrative work or daily money management work, you can go to CIDseniors.com and get some more information.
Awesome. And do you serve just the Metro Phoenix area, or can you do virtual, or what are your clients?
Well, I like to go to my clients, like I said, and try to keep them independent. But we do serve the metropolitan area from north, east, south, and west and beyond. Santan Valley, we've gone out there. So wherever you're at, we can help you.
I mean, your parent porter is going to scale. It sounds like your business needs to scale as well. And I'll have to talk to you more. I have a nonprofit idea because I'm a single woman with no children and my parents are gone, like all of the things. So I hear this a lot, that there's a lot of lonely people. There's a lot of single people. There's, I think there's opportunities to help, as we get older and keep people more engaged and more active and more aware of all the things that are going on, especially because everything's changing so fast, and with AI and all the other technology, and, I can't keep up. They say that you have children to, keep you up to date on all the technology and all the happenings in social media. I don't know. I wish I had a kid to teach me how to use this phone.
You want them off of that stuff. So no,
I don't think there's a way around it really. But I mean, even like you said, with, during COVID, when everybody had to go online, telehealth and things like that, people need to be educated on the technology, the pieces. Like, one thing I want to incorporate with your parent porter is, smart devices. So other people can help them from a distance, just so they aren't totally lonely, that there are still people and ways to check in on them. So
yes,
that's a whole nother thing for your parent porter. And I can talk more about that in another video, but I'm glad that we connected. I see us doing some great things together in the future, and we have a lot of wisdom that we need to share with everybody and get other people involved, because we're only one person, and
yes, we need help.
It takes a village, help. Right? It takes a world, but at least a village
to keep them safe.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Well, thank you for having me on, Nicole. I had a great time.
Thanks so much. And we'll talk again soon. And I will put all Malea's information in the show notes if you're in the Metro Phoenix area and need help with, aging adult, parents, senior, admin tasks, bookkeeping, all of the things. So thanks so much, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for listening to My Parents Lied to Me, where we face the realities of aging, family change, and midlife reinvention with a little grit and a lot of heart. If today's conversation helped you feel less alone, I would love for you to like it, share it with a friend, and hit follow so you don't miss the next story or tip that might help you navigate what's next. Because even if our parents didn't tell us everything, we're figuring it out one chapter at a time.